seen is how internet is shaping culture, and how can we use the internet to keep promoting culture, because as people get connected to the internet, people have started to adopt ways that are done by Brazilians. You hear people now speak like Nigerians. I have friends who 90% they reference Nigerians in the way they talk, in the way they carry themselves. So the internet has actually taken our homes to the world and has brought the world into our homes. In such situations, there are advantages and disadvantages, okay? As a student today that is trying to go through life as a young person, how do you use the internet without falling into the pit of being distracted? We have now terms that have been coined by scientists, things like brain rot, whereby students, all they care about is scrolling. We have studies coming out talking about the reduction in attention span that has happened across the general public because of short content like
short entertainment,
like TikToks. Now people can't even commit to a movie series. They feel like it's a huge commitment.
But by the way, put that series on TikTok and they'll watch it.
Exactly.
In clips, they'll watch the whole series.
I have friends who have said, I watched the whole movie on TikTok, but then I can't sit to watch it on Netflix. They want that 1 minute, and then they go to do other things, then come back for another minute, and before they know, they can connect the entire plot and story of the movie. So the internet is a beautiful thing, as we've said, but it has also brought its dangers. Now, as a student in your holiday, how do you prevent yourself falling into those dangers? One thing is you should have a dedicated timetable for using your phone, okay? Don't make your life about your phone. There are people who only let their phones rest when they have gone to bed.
Yes, or when they're charging.
Exactly. No, they use them while they're charging.
Let them rest while they're charging.
They don't let them charge. They have power banks on them. So as it's being powered up by this power bank, they are constantly using it. Some of them have even cases that have power banks inside them. So the phone is constantly being charged. There is no rest. So I think the best thing you should do as a student who cares about your brain and cares about your understanding of the world beyond the phone is try to have a timetable. Only use the phone when it is necessary. People are using phones in the toilet. People are using phones on the dinner table. People are using phones everywhere. So as a person, you should decide what time do you think you should be using your phone. It's not recommended very early in the morning to wake up and open your phone and begin scrolling. That dopamine rush could really affect your thinking throughout the day. You could wake up and open a TikTok. That ruins your entire day.
Thank you.
Okay, so before you start your day, maybe pray, sing a song of praise, a hymn, then get to
do housework.
People do housework these days.
I hope they do, because what else are you doing at home?
That's not this generation.
This generation, I'm not sure.
That's not fair.
Parents have introduced maids, but we hope kids do some housework. Then after that, do your homework. Then later in the afternoon, as you're trying to unwind and connect with the rest of the world, give it an hour or two. Don't use it as you go to your bed. That will help you prevent yourself falling into things that we've spoken about, reduction in attention span, brain rot, and all these other disadvantages that could come from phone overusage.
Wow, that is beautiful. Housework, people.
Jenny's a victim.
I do housework, by the way. My parents trained me well. 6:30, my mom would be knocking at the door. It's time for housework. We literally go to the garden to dig. You get breakfast, bring it back in, go to the market, buy the food. But that was before I got a smartphone.
So for now you can't.
Okay, I don't stay with my parents, so I can do whatever time I want to, technically.
Okay, so we have had a lot of knowledge, actually. I'm here learning as well. Yeah, I think everyone out there, you're also learning, getting something from our dear one here. So I think cyber safety. Before going there, actually, we first go to cyber dangers, because here in Uganda, I don't think that people have this thing in them that prevention is better than cure. I don't think that anyone can go to the safety stuff before going into the danger. So I think you can't see that the bad things about about social media, about what, before you go into the hacking, you go into cyber scamming, So the scam, I would like to ask you that what are the dangers that a student out there has to be aware of like today about the cyber thing?
Yes, like I've said, for every good thing, as we all know in the world,
Yeah.
there is always a disadvantage to
Yes.
it. And those disadvantages usually come about when people don't know how to properly use something.
Yeah.
And that's what you've said. People don't know how to prevent themselves from ending up in hacks or in scams on the internet because,
Catfished.
yes, being catfished, things like that. So what are some of the dangers that people should look out for? And I think knowledge is important. And what we're doing there is here is great because if people know, then they have a way to avoid falling into these pitfalls. The first thing that people need to look out for is what we usually term in the world of security as phishing attacks.
Yeah.
Phishing. So phishing attack, or maybe to describe it, is probably when you receive an email or a message from someone from an entity, I'll not call them someone,
Yes.
Yeah.
from an
Usually
entity
it's
that
an
is
entity.
pretending
Yeah.
to be like someone
a valid
you know.
company or
Yes.
like
Yeah.
people you know.
Exactly. So once you click on this link, it takes you to a website, then you fill in your credentials,
Your email,
and
your
before you
this,
know,
your that.
your actual data has been taken over.
Yes.
So young people out there, as you go into the holiday, please look out for suspicious messages and emails. Okay. In the browser, there is usually something that says non-secure
Yes.
or non-safe. The browsers have done a great job.
Yes.
So before you go onto any website, please try to check, is this website secure? There's usually a padlock sign on these secure websites to protect you from getting into these phishing attacks. Okay, that's one of the first things that you need to look out for. They are very easy to do. It's actually very fascinating how easy it is to phish someone and take all their data. There are people that are identity brokers. Before you know, there will be some guy in Nigeria calling themselves by your name
Yes.
Yeah.
and taking over your identity. So be
Yes.
aware of these identity thieves on the internet that usually perform through phishing attacks. Then the other area that students should be very aware of, talking about social media, is oversharing. Okay, oversharing has been one of the biggest challenges in our generation. People share too much information online.
Yes.
Okay, you've given them your date of birth, you've given them
Yeah.
your school, you've given them the
Yes.
region where
And
you
you're
stay.
constantly posting
You're
your
constantly
location
posting.
Yeah.
wherever you are. Now everyone knows where you are.
You know,
Whatever time.
And I think that's the reason, as in some people these days fake life. You find something else on social media and then you find
They're
the
living
real
another-
life. Yeah, but I think that's really good.
So oversharing is a very big challenge
Yes.
where people have notions like muliwa. That muliwa is going to end up with you being hacked or being taken over or being nabbed by thugs. Because
Yes.
some of these
Yeah.
attacks go from just being online
Yes.
to people knowing your location and targeting you because of your location. So
Yeah.
before you post the muliwa, please be sure that you're sharing it with only the people that need to know where you are. So that is very important. Oversharing, phishing attacks I've spoken about. We have some things like malware, okay, on the internet. Many people don't like watching movies from authentic sites.
Yes.
You go to some third-party
Guilty.
sites there. They will mention things like Gojara, things. You know your
you
sites
have
very
us
well.
all.
You have your sites. So as
Yeah.
you visit these sites, you may be at a risk of malware. You may end up clicking somewhere, trying to download this movie, and that movie comes down with malware that
Yes.
can infect your devices, and they take advantage of you. When they take advantage of your device, they may add it to a team of bots that are mining bitcoins.
Yeah.
These guys are really smart, and that could leave you in so many problems. So those are the 3 areas that I would really think students look out for and be aware as they're using the internet.
Wow, that is really insightful because I don't think so many people out there have been educated enough to know that there are dangers that come with the internet, and it's not just, oh, you're going to feel pressured or you're going to be depressed. It's not limited to just that, but there are even greater challenges or greater problems that can come with you not being able to use the internet correctly. I've had a number of incidences where my siblings and I have had our credit cards and debit cards being hacked. Like, that information is out there. The good thing is we're in trusted banks, so they normally give us notification. Your card has been used here. Please verify that it was you. If it was not you, then they know what to do, and that helps. But in so many cases, it could be even greater than that. There's so many challenges out there, so many dangers that you should be aware of, but these are just a few. Now, we are going for a short musical break, and we shall be right back to continue our conversation and conclude the show as well. I hope you're taking notes. If someone has not yet tuned in, this is the time to let them know that they should tune in right about now. But as well, you can call in, ask some questions, or let us know what you think on our subject for the day. Let's have a short musical break. We'll be right back.
asangamu ekitiibwa nga kino okirina mu bwongo era ng'okirowoozaako si ggwe mubereberye. Twali tulabye abanene ebyo by'okola ne bikyaka, waliwo eyabikolako, waliwo eyabikolako, abamanyi abanyenyese nno nga bagitigomya, waliwo eyabikolako, waliwo eyabikolako, kati baabula amapaati gabagwako, waliwo eyabikolako. Naawe kakale tulabye abanene ebyo by'okola ne bikyaka, waliwo eyabikolako, waliwo eyabikolako, sikwasose tewerimba ab'entiisa baayo, waliwo eyabikolako, waliwo eyabikolako, kati baabula amapaati gabagwako, waliwo eyabikolako. Naawe kakana osanga oli ku kyalo nga kada, amaanyi gamuwalambu wakyuma, bakaddeko ku kyalo banyooma, ebyabwe wabibakwala nama, nga yeerabidde enviire zitukala zikolere n'enjeru, abakadde abangi boolaba baliko lumuwevu mulo, okalyadakadda oba nga tobitegeera buuza batera kulya ku bukiko. Twali tulabye abanene ebyo by'okola ne bikyaka, waliwo eyabikolako, waliwo eyabikolako, sikwasose tewerimba ab'entiisa baayo, waliwo eyabikolako, waliwo eyabikolako, kati baabula amapaati gabagwako, waliwo eyabikolako. Naawe kakana
One thing I have learned over the years is that a school or a school system helps protect us from a lot of things and shields us from a lot of what is going on in the world. Now, the school can only do so much because we're there for 9 months a year. So when we get out of school, what are we doing? Hi, holiday makers. This one is for you. Today we're talking about cyber safety and how you can keep safe on the internet. We've talked about the challenges. We have talked about how you can prevent yourself from being distracted or getting into that feel of wasting your time, spending so much time on the internet without actually doing anything productive. Now, we would love to know how we can safeguard ourselves from the different dangers that are out there, but as well, what are some of the skills that we can acquire with regards to how we can use the internet or how we can better use computers the right way and also be able to protect ourselves as well as others. With us here is Engineer Isaac talking about amazing, insightful things, and I am truly excited. I don't know about you, but our studio lines are running on our screen. Feel free to call in, ask your questions, or let us know what you think on our subject for the day. Safeguarding ourselves and what skills we can attain. As a student out there who might be wondering, how do I protect myself? But as well, what are those skills I could acquire that could help increase my knowledge on how I can use the internet, but as well help me increase the safety with regards to or among the people who I interact with and not just limit it to myself. So what are some of those measures to safeguard themselves and what are some of the skills that they can learn?
Yeah, like we've spoken, there are very many. We've spoken of a few ways the internet could be a very dangerous place for students. And the first thing someone would say, how do I prevent that from happening to me? So our first line of defense is always secure passwords. Because passwords are the greatest form of authentication that we are using as a human race. So use a password that is secure. Don't use the same password everywhere. People are using their date of birth across everything. So what that leaves you is, in case someone lands on that one password, there is there's what they call brute forcing.
Yes,
They keep testing
different
the moment
versions
different
of
things.
it.
So the moment they land on the it's in nature of humans. They don't want to overthink things.
Yes.
So please don't be that lazy person and use the same password everywhere. Your mother's name, your brother's name, your date of birth, your dog's name, the village you're coming from. Don't use those things. Please find a secure password that has multiple characters that could be hard. Then after we've spoken about password strength, we could think of multi-factor authentication. That is another area you could protect yourself. Multi-factor authentication has been embedded in very many technologies today, whereby when you put in your password, they send you an OTP, a one-time password, to verify that that's really you. You spoke about that, whereby the bank was calling you to verify if it is you making that transaction. That is multi-factor authentication, whereby they are requiring you to have more than one factor to protect yourself. So when you see software or technology that is using MFA, please ensure that you turn on the multi-factor authentication. Don't be like, this is just a lot of work. It could be the difference between you being hacked and keeping your data safe on the internet. Then the other way that you could protect yourself is by, again, avoiding those rugged sites.
Yes.
Those sites that have cracked things. Ugandans love cheap things.
Yes, free things.
Yeah, they love
for
free
that
things.
matter.
Yes, they love a lot of free things, so they end up on these websites. Please try to ensure that everything you engage yourself in, or every website that you're trying to use, is secured with what we call an SSL certificate or a TSL certificate. You may not see them, but there's always an icon of a padlock to show that this is a safe usage and you should stay there. The other way that you could protect yourself as a young person, we spoke of oversharing.
Yes.
I want to speak about the way you could protect yourself. Please don't post everything online.
Yes.
Because inside there, you're leaving clues to these hackers. Okay? If you used your village and then you post, we are in Kawempe as your password, then before you know, someone's like, let me try Kawempe. And they get a hold of you. So don't overshare on the internet. And the other thing is, try to find places where you could get information. We have our partners at NITA Uganda that are putting out the Be Safe online campaign. Please visit their sites and learn how you could protect yourself further. They have a lot of beautiful information, so keep yourself informed. We cannot discuss everything, but you can find, you can always find great information outside there, starting with our partners at NITA Uganda, that will help you know how to stay safe as a young person using the internet today.
Wow, that is beautiful. Now, Isaac, you're doing an amazing job empowering and instilling different skills into students across this country. I want to give you a chance to talk a little bit about that, because personally, I know that when you start to understand how computers work, it increases your ability to continuously take caution, and that will help you be safe. But as well, it gives you an opportunity to understand more about how computers work, which is fascinating if you were to do the research and everything. So very briefly, talk about the ISCC, because that involves a lot of students, but as well it involves computers, and it enables students out there to learn skills that can help them use computers the right way and not spend a lot of time scrolling on TikTok doing nothing. So yeah, so
like you have said, it is always very important. The more you understand something, the more you understand how dangerous it could be or how powerful it could be.
Yes.
Until you have a deeper understanding of a technology, you will never understand. When people look at WhatsApp today, when they look at the ability to make a FaceTime call, they look at it as, it's an everyday
technology.
thing.
We've seen these things.
But for us who have gone behind the covers to really understand, I'm going to tell you this. The first time I understood that the internet is powered by millions of cables running around the whole world under the ocean. They're called deep sea cables. I was fascinated. I was like, who came up with an idea to run cables on the ocean bed? Okay, so a deep understanding of technology could be one of those areas that could help you understand usage of computers and also help you protect yourself. Now, at the Inter-Schools Coding Competition, we are organizing a competition bringing together students across the country, 120 schools, over 5,000 engineers, I think at the moment. We call them junior engineers, and we are teaching them on the skills they need to understand technology. And we believe by having a tech-savvy population, it becomes harder to fall into the common pitfalls, because as they work with technology, as they develop a deeper understanding of technology, they begin to know, okay, this thing is this powerful and could be this dangerous. So they begin to navigate the internet landscape with a lot of caution.
Wow. So if someone is out there and they would love to join, they'd love to register, they'd love to get into the field of coding and actually learn how they can protect themselves, but also learn more about computers and how these different systems work, how can they reach out to you?
So the best way to reach out to us, of course, young people, social media.
Yes.
You can reach out to us via Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter. We are there at the Inter-Schools Coding Competition. That's the name, ISCC_UG, everywhere. And we are also on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, ISCC_UG. We have beautiful information that is not only about coding, but it's also about understanding technology and how the vast technologies we have around us have been built and the stories of how they've come into existence. So if you want to understand that, you could be able to reach out to us on those social medias and get the information that you need.
Oh, I love the fact that in order to understand social media and the internet, we practically have to use the internet.
Exactly.
But if we do it the right way, then we are not at fault, or we're not doing it in vain, but we're actually growing and living a life while we use computers, or in this age and era, we're growing the right way. I do not know if you have learned something today. I have learned a lot today, and I can truly say that I will not be using the same password everywhere. If you are guilty as charged, then please do adjust. And I know it can be tedious, but the good thing with Google, it gives you a chance to also save your passwords every single time. So you may not have to remember all of them, but try to remember them, just saying. But then with all that said, we have talked a lot about how you can be safe on the internet, what things you can do to keep you safe on the internet, but as well what other skills you can attain to help you better understand the world of the internet and the world of computers. Now we really run out of time, but I want to give you a chance to just send greetings to someone who is watching, then we can conclude the show.
All right. I would love to send greetings to the team at the Inter-Schools Coding Competition. As we speak right now, they are at East Batch University. We have a physical training for holiday makers, equipping them in skills of tech that will be running from 10, I think, to 1 p.m. So please, the team that is at East Batch University, we love you. I'd like to send our regards to our partners at NITAU, our partners at East Batch University that are allowing us. Then I'd like to send regards to every young person out there. Please be smart as you use the internet. It is not about the internet, but how we use it. The viewers at Google Day TV, tubagala nnyo. I think those are the regards I'd like to send out.
Thank you so much for coming through. I do hope that we shall continue to see a lot more of you, but you've heard, I hope you've taken note of all the sites that you can go to earn valuable information, but as well be able to be a part of a beautiful move that is happening in this country with regards to how we can empower young people to better use computers. Now, for those of you who are out there and you're like, I'm not sure whether I want to do computers and all, please insist and go for it. But as well, if you would love to still grow spiritually, alongside keeping safe physically, then we would love to encourage you. If you're a teenager out there, the Bold Teens Camp 2025 is happening. Makaraful Full Gospel Church would like to invite you from the 27th to the 30th of August. That is next week at a fee of only 130,000 Ugandan shillings. There'll be lots of fun, lots of outdoor games, lots of swimming, praise and worship, teachings, and we'll be at Elite High School. Feel free to come through. The theme is Beware of the Leaven. That's from Galatians chapter 5, verse 9. If you're a teenager out there, do not forget that you can spend your holiday in the presence of the Lord, but as well, do it in spaces that will help, one, keep you off your phone and wasting a lot of time, but it will also help you go the right way. We have come to the end of the show, but before we go, I want Casey to tell us very briefly what she has learned today. Then we can send our goodbyes and conclude the show.
I think it's the same thing because I've been using my...
You're also one of those password people over the free movie site people.
With that, I think like you
every
also
category.
Okay.
We're in this together. We're in this together.
So, yes, so TikTok is our thing, but then we're going to be more careful because we have learned. And then the password thing, of course, I'm going to change. Right now, if you find my phone, I'm going to be like, Jen, keep this for me. And then this, I have different passwords, but when you don't know where it is opening. Yeah, so thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for watching Google Day TV. Thank you for loving us, the Students Forum B4C Blazing for Christ. So we are always here at the same time, same day. here to vibe, here to shine together and learn more and more together.
Amazing. A big shout out to our sponsors, that is Ebenezer Christian High School and Genesis Christian School International. Thank you for partnering with us to spread the gospel across this nation and empower young people out there to grow the right way. To everyone that works tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that we are live, thank you guys so much. And until next Saturday, stay tuned to Google Day TV for amazing programs that will help you live a life that glorifies the Lord. Our next live show is the Political Podium. If you're more into politics, yeah, that's the show for you. Get informed on what is going on in the political world in this country. Until next Saturday, have a blessed weekend. Stay safe and stay tuned to Google Day TV.
Janani schools, twesiga Katonda, yeka yeka atayabulira. Olugendo lw'ensi luno tusaanye okolanga byonna nkugamba. Mukama Katonda abeemu buli ky'obalanga omugambako. Ensi erimu ennaku abalabe enkumu abatuyekera mu buli kimu kye tuba tugamba. Twesiga oyo kitaffe omuwanguzi. Kyendabeera nkikakasiza tiwali awanguza abamwesiga bonna. Talina kyatya akale Katonda mulungi byakola mazima zaabu. Atuleyo n'atupangira tuba tuli awo ng'atuwadde. Katonda mulungi byakola mazima zaabu. Atuleyo n'atupangira tuba tuli awo ng'asonze.